It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Goff on first down. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Try to get it to Woods. And now it's second down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Now it's gone. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
Call. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down. 319. 59. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't. Get 300. Get 300. 5-9.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he finds Jimmy Graham. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Got it! 258! 59. Over here. Over. 258.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. On 2nd and 7, Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable here for Davis. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Samson Ebukam in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Throwing now is Rodgers. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. To throw, it's Rodgers. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
48-yard line.
180.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no time. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Zadarius Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
It's caught outright by Graham. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw, Goff. This one to the left to Higbee. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
It's a gain of 15.
The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Packers take over.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. Nothing is our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, here's Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kevin King, now a loose football. The ball comes out. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. and they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big 3-point play right there, couldn't it?
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6. They'll try the air now with Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
24 is the mic. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Hardball.
To throw is Goff. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. 1st down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it in without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Goff. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Packers will get the football at their own 20-yard line. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, it's Jones. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 76 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go tonight. 180.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. We have played 3 quarters, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Tonight. 180. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now Goff. Going up top for Kupp. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Got to get the quick. Get on the quick right here. 24 is the mic. I got it. 24 is the quick.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And no, it's incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brenton, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Mike. 258. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. A deep ball for Gurley. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Stop your whining.
They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Goff. Flushed out right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it's 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. He gets it to Gurley, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. My goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's Jones, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 15.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Get 300.
Rodgers looking to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a